guys. Welcome back to the Twenteen podcast. I'm your co-host, Carolyn.
Co-host, Kimmie.
And I am so excited to be here in the brand new year of 2025.
2025.
We have made it to a whole entire year
Yeah.
of making this podcast. And I feel like that's an accomplishment in itself.
It is.
So we should clap it up for ourselves. Woo!
Woohoo!
Yeah, I mean,
Yippee.
I think what they say on for YouTube is the hardest part is being consistent and then like also like lasting for more than a year or two. So yeah, we're on our way to 2 years of doing this podcast.
Yep.
And we did have like a little bumps in the roads at time, and we also did, you know, have moments where we're like, is this gonna go? Is it gonna keep going? It was a treacherous couple of months.
I was say,
I was like, you guys don't even know how close this podcast was to maybe not even happening anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to be here in the new year with Kimmie and with this podcast and with you guys. Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
I was like, would you like to say what was like your hardest moment in this podcast?
I don't think I actually had a hardest moment on the podcast. I think instead I had like an ability to open up in a way that I don't really post like that on TikTok, and I think that's where most people get their outlet with talking, is like they either talk it out with their friend or they like, you know, they go on TikTok and they talk it out. I don't know what it is about. It's like this is like, yeah, I'm talking to my best friend and I'm also talking to the world, you know.
Yeah.
So
it's very therapeutic.
It's very, very therapeutic in a way that I wasn't expecting. And at the same time, I'm also able to like, I'm doing film, like, you know, I love film and I always want to be creative in that aspect. So I think doing this podcast opened up me being able to express myself in a new way. And I know we're like so goofy all the time and stuff like that, but I do love also our serious moments when we're able to really like understand what's on our minds. So yeah, I'm so grateful to be here with you guys, honestly.
I'm about to say, I don't think I like
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. I don't think I actually had like, I think like even like my hard moments with this like podcast where it's like, okay, yeah, I gotta go to work in the morning, and I'm
you mean like that, like the practicality of it?
It's like no, it's like it's like that stuff. It's like in the grand scheme of stuff, it's like I do very much enjoy this like the show. I do enjoy that like it was literally just like two best friends. Like we should just talk in front of cameras,
right? Yeah.
Like I love that idea, and to the point where like even when I'm having like a really shitty week or a really shitty day, I do put on our podcast and like watch it. And I'm like,
watch it back, and I'm just like, we're such stupid.
Like, oh my gosh, shut up!
Like literally, we're so dumb. But it's like so fun because it's another way to be goofy inside of like, you know, being like friendships and stuff. When we're in our daily life and we have to go to work or whatever, like of course we're professional and we're like, you know, we don't really get to show off being goofy. Yeah. But I think you want to say
it's not goofy, it's just very free.
Yeah, it's very free and just like but if you want to say like practicality wise with the podcast, I would say maybe like the hardest part was just editing.
Yeah, she's our editor. Because I physically cannot edit. Like I wish you guys understand, like me and editing is not like when I had to take an editing class, my boyfriend Jamal, he literally sat there and was like, babe, just one more project you have to edit, and I would literally start crying. Like I would start bawling like I can't edit. Yeah, like I don't know what it is about that editing process. It literally
it's very meticulous. That's
very
what it
meticulous.
Is. So, and it's the same thing over and over.
Get in your own head.
You're hearing the same audio over and over again because you have to like cut and then go back 2 seconds, hear it again, and then make sure that it's right and make sure that everything's lined up correctly. It's very, very meticulous, and I know that a lot of people struggle with editing, but I'm really good at editing. Surprisingly. So like it's just the fact of editing does take a lot of time, and it's just it is just so meticulous. And the podcast sometimes they get up to an hour, so it's like, and then we also have like 3 different cameras, and like we have
you have
different
to incorporate that
we have
too.
Different like different files and stuff like that, like our logo and like and our music at the end and our end cards. And so when you start to put all these things together, it's like, oh, sometimes I'm like, oh my god. And then I also edit the shorts for the podcast as well, so it's like
it's a lot of editing on her part.
The editing is like the hardest part about the podcast, but besides that, and also just timing wise, just to find the time to release it down. Before it was easier, but now it's like now it's like a little bit harder to really find the time. But we're finding it, we're doing it.
Yeah, we are.
We did it for a whole year, and we actually stuck to that, and like that's just amazing, and it feels so good.
It actually feels good. Like I'm so like I'm actually glad that this came out of like the group chat. You know, people like, oh, it came out of the group chat. I'm actually very glad this came out of like one of our shit talking like sessions. One night, because I was like, that's
and y'all already know, if it really wasn't for Kimmie, this podcast would not. I was like if it was like, if she didn't push us to really do this podcast, I would have been like, I like how you want to do that.
I like how you said that. All I said was, I said, you know what? Me and you are like hilarious, and I think people would watch. I literally was like, I think people will watch us like as a podcast. She's like, really? I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh well, I've had that thought, like, you know, like podcast thought before. And I was like, yeah, we should just so do it. And then I was not even a week later, Carolyn was like, okay, so these are the color schemes. This is. I was like, oh wait.
I said, this is the set. This is the
yeah. She was like, so we're gonna.
So I have a mock up. So we're gonna get this. We're gonna build this.
She was like, when's your next day off? Because we're gonna have to take photos. And I was like, oh
yeah, we're gonna do a photo shoot. Because then when I locked in, I was like, no, like actually we're gonna do it. Like, but she had to at least bring it up like 2 other times. Like the first time she brought it up, I was like, yeah. And I said, but no, I'm like, we're gonna get canceled. Like I don't know. I feel like we're gonna get canceled. So like us talking stupid. Like that's what, like between us. Like we just talk stupid. But I feel like the internet is just such a vast place, and everybody has so many different opinions. Like we're gonna get canceled. So I was like a little bit apprehensive about that aspect of it. But then like she brought up again, and I was like, okay, so if she's serious about this, I could be serious, sir.
Yeah, she literally not like that. Sir. We literally
If y'all see the mock-ups, maybe I'll post those one day. It's like I made mock-ups of what the set would look like, and it's big. It's like a 1-to-1 match, honestly.
It really
and I
is.
was like, so the cameras are gonna go here. We're gonna get some lighting. We're gonna I was like, we're gonna decorate our boards, and we're gonna have the audio like this. And
it was so insane because literally within that week, she was like, when are you off? We have to take pictures. And I was like, oh. And mind you, Carolyn's that person where it's like, if she sends you like an important text, she's gonna end up calling you. So she ended up calling me a whole bunch this week. She was like, did you get the mock-up? I'm like, oh, that's what that was. I'm sorry, I'm still at work. And she's like, look at it now. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's like I was still working at like my previous job. I could say their name. I don't fucking care. But like,
nah.
I guess
they're
I
the
guess,
ops. You don't get.
Yeah, I guess not. But like, I was at my previous job, and she was like, she's like, look at it now, and I'm like in the midst of like phone call between like a patient, phone call between like the insurance. I'm like everything's like I'm like literally cramped up, and I was like, yeah, hold on, give me a second. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, oh, that looks cute. She's like, all right, cool. Hangs up. Not even buying nothing. Cool. Hangs up. Next call I get, did you see our logo? Oh, when'd you make the logo? It's literally like the next day. When'd you make the logo? I made it during work. I was at work. I made it. I had extra time. She said I had extra time. I said, oh, did you? She said, yeah. I could do a lot in my job. I said, oh, okay. And she's like, do you like it? I was like, yeah, it's really cute. And
so I went to Walmart and I looked at these chairs and I
she said you have to come now. And I said, oh, what's happening?
Office Depot, the Walmart, the Lowe's.
I literally said, huh, what is happening? She goes, are you off today? I don't even think I was off that day. I think I had work or some shit.
Did later on.
And you were like,
I literally went and got the outfits. Like I was like, we're doing it. Like
that's the photo shoot. She said, we're gonna need to get the chairs. I said, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, so get the chairs and I'll get she was like, get this, right? So I was like, oh, okay. So we literally went to like, she's like, are you doing anything? I was like, no. She's like, okay, come to my house because we have to go get the Walmart chairs. And I was like, oh okay. She's like, they're literally 2 white chairs. We have to get it now. Like, what are you doing? I was like, okay.
That's why I'm like, because all the other colors were different. It was like black. There was like a pink.
Yeah, like a very ugly pink. It was not a cute pink.
And there was a blue.
Yeah.
But there was like, I went to literally 3 different Walmarts because I was like, no, I'm sure they have the same chair, but just like another white. So I was like, I don't know why I get like, what's that word?
It's like hyper focus.
Yeah, like I get like hyper like so
tunnel vision. Tunnel vision.
I didn't realize it was that short of a time period, honestly.
This all happened, I'm shitting like, all in the same week. Like, so it's like Monday, she was like, here's a mock-up. Tuesday, she's like, this is a logo. Wednesday, we're buying the fucking chairs. Thursday,
here's
the
stuff
for literally the audio stuff, the lights, everything came that Thursday.
I said, here's a sign. We're gonna get a sign. Here's a sign. Here's a
Friday. No, the sign came Friday because you showed me what it looked like Tuesday, and then Friday it came. I was like, damn, that was fast. Who was on Etsy making this shit? Like, oh my god. And then she was like, I got stickers, so we're gonna put the stickers on the mics and da. Right, mind you, to the point where it's like she was so fast to the point where I couldn't chip in to like actually like put my foot in, because she was just like, yeah, sorry,
so it's done.
Because she was like, okay, well, why don't you get this? Like, you probably get the light stuff and I will get like the audio stuff. I was like, okay, cool. She goes, no, I got everything. Oh. I haven't
shoot literally like in like,
haven't even washed my ass
days.
yet.
So
have not washed my ass yet. And she was like, yeah, okay. And then she goes, okay, so in January, when are you free? And I was like, I don't know. I'll just take this day. I was like, you know what? Since it's so far ahead, this is December. Since it's so far ahead, I'll just go ahead and just take like whatever day off and just be like, I can't work that day. She's like, okay, I make it a Saturday. I was like, okay, cool, right? Literally, she's like, make it a Saturday. I was like, okay, cool. Then like within that, then Saturday, I'll never forget. It was a Saturday in December, where she was like, okay, so what time do you have to go to work? And I was like, technically I go to work like 2-3 o'clock because I was working at a different location. And she's like, okay, come to my house. We have to do a photo shoot. We got our friend Kyle to sit there and take fucking pictures of us. And literally, when I I went to work in full face makeup. I never do that. I was in full face makeup. I still had the fucking butterfly clips in my head top.
Yeah.
And I went to this location. I've never been at this location before. I was only doing it because at December,
so here's the
they cut hours.
Yeah.
Literally, I sat there. I walked into this fucking location and I was full face beat down, clips in my fuck ass head top, and I sit there and I had to be like, "Hi, how are you doing today?" I was like, "Oh God, these people probably think I fucking do this all the time," and I'm in scrubs, so it's like and again, she literally was like, "Throw this on." She's like, "Throw this on." I put the clothes on. She goes, "I don't like that. Throw this on." And I put this on. And she's like, "Okay, I like that. Keep that on."
So I think this goes with that. Yeah.
She's like, throw it on. And it's to the point where like, you know, like I'm a little bit shy, like changing in front of people. I'm like, oh, like I was like trying to like cover. She's like, no. Hurry, we don't have time. And
I said, you gotta go by 3. Yeah, we gotta get ready because she's like, you need to change your
clothes.
clothes.
She said, hurry it up. And I said, oh, okay. Literally I just had to strip butt booty naked in front of Caroline. like we don't even do that for the podcast.
She was not butt booty naked. Okay, she was not butt booty naked.
I was in my underwear.
That's not butt booty. That's not butt booty naked.
Literally,
she was good.
Look, literally,
she was
the
good.
The craziest part is for the podcast, we at least have the decency to like turn away from each other to change. You didn't let me do that. You're like, hurry it up.
I was like, because you were literally taking too. I did turn around because I was doing my makeup at the same time. So I backed to you in the mirror.
You finished.
Yeah.
You said, done. I was like,
so you got it on. I said, do you need help?
I was like, oh my God,
Jesus. Like a clip on, like I was like, you got it? Yeah, okay, great.
She's like, all right, cool. And then our friend Kyle was there, and Kyle was like, hey. She's like, come in, quick. And I was like, oh. Like she was in boss mode. Okay, he took the pictures. We was playing like little girly music. We actually played It Girl in the Loop by Leah. That was so funny. Yeah. And the whole entire time I'm like, oh Caroline, like it just dawned on me, I don't know how to pose. And she's like, oh God.
She said, don't worry, I got you.
She's like, come on, pose. Yeah. Pose like this. 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 And I was like, oh.
But I'm like, if we're gonna be in the film world, we got to be on our A game, guys. Like we have to get this shit done. We gotta rock.
I know.
Like I'm sorry, but I'm not a sit arounder. I'm gonna like, let's go. Okay, we got the idea, we got the plans. Let's go. So,
yeah, and it's nice because it's like I'm very much.
It's nice that I'm crazy.
No, it is because it's nice to have like a best friend where it's like, oh, you want to do it? Let's fucking do it.
Yeah,
like
but it has to be definitive. Like, oh, we're actually gonna do it. Okay, bet.
Yeah.
I'm so down. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, this is the plan.
But it's nice because, like, I live in my head all the time. Like, I'm a huge overthinker. I overthink to the point where I just don't do anything. I'm like, well, you know, it's garbage.
Yeah.
So it's very nice to have someone like Caroline where she's like, you said it twice. We're doing it. It's like, oh. Oh, are we? Yeah. And just like, and then she like full throttles. Like she puts everything to like max speed, and you're gone. And you're like,
and by the time you look up, it's like it's been a year we've been doing this podcast.
Like,
it's like
no. You know when I actually sat there and was like, oh my God, we're actually doing this, is when we set up our set for the first time. Like we set the set up for the first time, and she started smacking my face with makeup on because you don't have a gentle hand. She's like. Right, and I was like, ha.
But you were beat though. You're beat though.
Yeah, and then she sat there and she was like, go in front of your board. Took pictures.
I said, make your board. Okay, put your stuff up. You got your stuff. Okay, put it up on the board. We're gonna make it right now.
The funniest part is when I first did it, she was like, I don't like how that looks. I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. She's like, I don't know, rearrange it, do it differently. And then now I haven't heard no complaints, so I think I did it right this time. Yeah. The first time she was like, we'll have to work on it. And I was like, oh.
A little bit of a perfectionist. I really had to like just like go, don't stop it.
But we were even talking about our boards, and I feel like we should like have like single pictures of our boards so people could fully see it.
I think I did take a picture at one point to send.
Like,
I think I did.
To put it like on Instagram or something.
Like a couple episodes ago or something. I took like a full picture of our boards to like post so like you could see everything. Yeah. But yeah,
honestly, our boards are like very much like telling of ourselves. Like hers is so like organized. It's like cohesive. It's so nice. And then mine is like, I like this and I like this and I also like this. It's like it's very much me where it's like I'm not organized at all. I'm very much unorganized. Like everything in my life is just very unorganized, but it's organized chaos to me.
It's organized chaos.
It's literally organized chaos.
That's the best way to say it.
Because I can't tell you why Harry Potter is next to GOT7, which is also next to Papa Hoppa. I can't tell you why. And also why do I have Michael Scott, It's Britney Bitch here with my Twilight, with my Panic at the Disco, with my also GOT7, and then with Harry Potter and Jennifer's Body. I can't tell you all why. It just makes sense.
I think it shows your personality perfectly.
Yeah, chaotic.
Yeah, very
like chaotic.
It's a good type of chaotic. I think that's also like, I think on your end it's more so like me at times I'd be like, I don't know if I want to keep going. It's like, no, we're gonna shoot though. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like that. Like, I'm like, okay.
It's
like,
it's a balancing act. Yeah, we balance each other out. Yeah.
Because you're like, no, oh, when are we gonna shoot next? I'm like, damn, when are we gonna shoot next? Like, if it wasn't for that, I'd be like, oh yeah, I was doing that, wasn't I? We weren't doing a podcast. Like, and I would be like, all right. Like, I'll see a clip and be like, damn, what time is it? What year? What day? What?
Yeah.
You know. So it's like after a while, it's like gotta keep like reminding like ourselves, like, oh yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah, but like I said, it's very nice. And then we have our little baby.
We do
our little 10 baby.
Our little baby.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's just like. Yeah, like for the whole, I know for the year, I just really wanted to focus more on film stuff, and I didn't know when I would get the chance or the time to really do that. And having this podcast forced it. Like, it was like, you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it, and you're gonna do it. So, like, it's like you can't just start it and just be like, I feel like in every instance, I was still trying to find a way to make it work in some capacity. I don't know, but yeah, if it really has to go, it has to go. But I don't think that it's yet. I think that we're going for our second year.
Yeah, we're going for our second year.
We're going for our second year. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you. I was like, thank you for everybody that actually sits down and listens and comments and likes and stuff like that. We do see it. I be up on TikTok in the comments and stuff, just like giggling and laughing and stuff like that. I was gonna try to take over the TikTok platform. But I don't know why the password's not working. It like never works. Don't know.
I didn't do anything to password. It's probably because of the ban. Speaking of the ban.
Oh, I knew we had to go somewhere. All right, guys. Here's a disclaimer, okay? Because I've had to deal with it for the last 3 months now, 3-ish months. I've had to sit there and listen to Caroline rant and cry and throw up about this thing. She's very angry about it. I've gone to the point where I think South Korea and Japan is kind of cute move. Real cute move. I'm done with America.
And I just want to explain it. I just want to explain how I'm feeling, because I feel like this is a very real feeling that a lot of people are feeling at this time, especially people in my generation, people who are people of color, even like some of our white counterparts who are around our age, they're feeling it too. Because I would talk to some of them, they'd be like, nah, it is kind of crazy. And I'm like, no, it is kind of crazy, isn't it? Right? So I just feel like I'm American. I was born here. I was raised here. And when you're growing up American, you kind of feel like America is like the best place because that's what you're told from such a young age. Yeah. So after this ban situation with TikTok happened, it kind of just felt like, yeah, like you are taking away, like you would never think that your government would do something like that to you, like to really take away your freedom of speech and claim that this is the reason, when we all know that that's not the real reason for why the ban was happening. And it's just very disheartening to like figure that out about your own country, And it's just like now, and then it's like now when all this other information is coming up, people are speaking about an oligarchy and all this. It's like, how do we fight that? Like you're gonna go and protest and it's not gonna do anything because they're still gonna make their laws and we have no say in that. How do you fight that? So then you just kind of start feeling like the world is against you, or like, or at least the United States is against you. And it's like it's a very scary feeling to feel, because I live here and I love this place and I don't want to leave it. I love the United States. This is where where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna go?
I love how you say that, and I've already
she's been trying to convince me. She's like, so when are we gonna move to Japan?
I've been clocked out for so long.
There was a couple other options. What was the other option?
I said Italy's kind of cute, but you said they're racist, but I don't know.
I mean,
hopefully not, but
I've heard some stories. It's just like I watch them, the travel channels, like the travel people and like black girls travel.
They be saying people
and they
be
like
on them. And I was
yeah.
Because the minute you said it did pop up on my front page. I was
oh, really? Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I watch these videos of these different places, and I don't want to be in a place where I don't feel welcome, And America, despite its racism, I do feel it's still my home. Like, it's like having. I'm sure it's probably like having like an abusive parent where it's like, I love you. You're abusive to me, but I also love you because you're my parent. Yeah. That's how the United States of America feels. Yeah. It's like, you are where I live. You are my home, but you're also not treating me correctly. Like, you're not treating me right. Like, that's not okay. Yeah. And I think right now the American people, not all of them, because I'm sure a lot of are happy, but a lot of the American people right now are just realizing, they're seeing the bigger picture and seeing how deep it could go, and trying to figure out like who to trust and where to go from here. They're just realizing that they're in an abusive relationship. Yeah. And what's crazy? I don't know.
It's because like what? Okay, why I think I'm just like so over it is because it's like I like middle school, high school, I just got really into like reading dystopian like books. Like that's where I read like Hunger Games and what's the other one? Fuck. Uglies and stuff like
Did
that.
You read
like
Divergent?
No. No. My middle school teacher, she had the second book, not the first book, and I was like, why would you do that? And I also read the other dystopian book about okay, I don't remember the name of it.
Okay.
But I remember reading it and I was like, oh my god, and then realizing it was like a 23 book series.
Ooh.
And it's like the whole entire plot is like, oh, it's of this society that we live in. Like it's like, oh, we still live in America, but we limit children, so it's like you can only have 2 children. So if you have an extra one, they would have to take the kid and kill him. Oh, doesn't matter like how old they are.
No, I don't know what that is.
So it was like this kid, he lives in this house and he's the third kid,
right? And
the people like next door, they move in, he also realizes they have a third kid also. And so then him and the girl, they start playing or whatever together. They're like 13, 14. And then she's like, there's a revolution for all the third, like for like the third number kids or whatever, like all the third kids. Like, there's a revolution down by the city hall or whatever. We're gonna go. And he was like, oh, but I can't go. Like my family, like it's like they will kill the kid and then kill the family. So he was like, I can't do that to my family. That's fucked up. And she was just like, all right, fuck you then. Like she was like, all right, cool. And like runs off into the fucking sunset, hops into like the trunk, and then you follow her and like the whole revolution. Yeah. So it was like I read those types of books too, and I was just like, oh. So we're fucked. Like America's kind of fucked because these are just like ideas that were thrown around. And then I read 1984, Clockwork Orange. It's like these are books that like real deal be like, we're in America, right? Get with it. This is how we are. So it's like when you read those books, it's like especially at that age, that impressionable age, I just was like, oh, America's been fucked.
I don't think I connected the dots that they were literally talking about America. I just didn't connect the dots. Wow, like this book, like these people are so crazy.
I think was it Panem? Yeah. Literally America. It was like if you like rearranged it was like America. And then she even came out with the map of how like all the different districts look. Yeah. No, America.
I would have never, and I never pieced it together at that age. I was just like, wow, like I'm glad I don't live there.
Yeah, no, we live it. Like that's why I'm so ready to like up and leave because I'm like, yeah, no, I've been read this. Yeah. Like I've read this. These are people. We know
where it's going.
These are people that wrote shit from like ages ago. Yeah. Like 1984 was written.
I don't want to be Katniss Everdeen. I don't. Like I just want to be a girl. Like I'm
not just a girl.
I just wanted to. I'm just a girl. Like I just wanted to live my dream and like not have to worry about the political and economical state of the world.
Okay, Jaden.
Why?
Okay, Jaden. Okay.
Like it's like we did it already, and now we're doing it again and again and again and again. It's like how many times you got to do it? Why does it keep flip flopping? Why does it keep going back and forth? It's very, very stressful. Yeah. To be so uncertain. Yeah. It's very, very stressful.
Yeah. I've been like seeing this like on TikTok where they were like Gen Z. They're angry and they're angry, but they don't have the resources to like actually like show their anger or anything like that because the older generations like baby boomers and shit like that, they've been cut off those resources because they realize what happens when you give those resources to certain people. And sadly enough, the millennials, they're like the middle child. They're so tired. They're so tired of having to be like, no, that's not what the Gen Z says. Gen Z, that's not what the baby boomers say. It's like they're so in between everything where it's like they know they're old enough where they kind of relate to some of the older people like and understand like their ideas, but then they just realize they're not translating it properly to Gen Z. And then when they translate to Gen Z has ideas. I'm like, okay, well that's a good idea, and then try to translate it. It's like literally the middle child is just like there's no bridge in between us except for the millennials, and I feel bad for them because they're just fucking tired. They just want to be able to own a house and fucking be millennial cringe. Too, and they just want to be cringy as fuck. Like they want to be cringy as fuck with their goddamn kids. Like they don't care.
I just want to own a house and just chill. Like, can we chill? I thought we were over war. We're so 2000.
And then it's so 2000s. Oh my god, Y2K?
Why? Like, it's so 19.
No, but it was even funnier is because then like people will get mad because not Gen Z, because millennials aren't raising their kids. I'm like, yeah, because they're fucking tired. They've been tired. They're the generation of being tired.
But
like,
then I'm also scared for Gen Alpha. Like,
because that's what. Because I also seen like there's like a record high for Gen Alphas for like having to wear glasses, having terrible eyesight and terrible attention span because of them being on the fucking tablet like this. They're like they said it. They were like, oh yeah, like there's like an astounding number of kids like in kindergarten and first grade that need glasses.
Yeah.
First grade. Excuse my language, but nigga, you came out the womb not that long ago. The fuck you need glasses for?
Why? Yeah, you should
God
still be 2020. Yeah. You know, how I got better eyesight than you.
I got better. Do you understand?
Yeah.
No, so it's like stuff like that where it's like, oh, okay, so and there is a negative side effect.
Like regulation too of literally not being on the internet 24/7. I personally you already know I be having the locks. I have like literally parental control locks on my phone because
funny.
I know myself. I do not stop. I go and I keep scrolling and scrolling. And if TikTok, I'm done with TikTok. I go to Instagram. I go between Instagram to YouTube to, I deleted Twitter. Fuck Twitter. Sorry. I deleted that shit. I don't got that shit on my phone no more.
Yeah,
but
fuck. It's fuck Elon 2025.
Yeah, so I don't care no more. And honestly, I was happier when I didn't have Twitter. I didn't have Twitter until I was like 15, 16 or whatever. Girl. I had a Twitter account. I deleted it and then I got it back at like 18, 19 because I was like, oh, I don't understand Twitter. So I never went back there. And then I had it for all this time and I realized I was happier without it. So
yeah, Twitter's toxic.
I deleted Twitter all over again. I was like, no, let's go back. Let's bring it back. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what it is. It's like also just like refining what social media time I want to spend because I feel like I was also happier when I was reading all my books. Yeah. And because of social media, I like get so invested in social media. I don't even take time to like look at other media that I would enjoy. Like when I finished watching Arcane, I was like, oh, so good, amazing, wonderful, 10 out of 10. Like, I'd rather go back to watching my shows and movies and reading my little books and get through these 4 years at peace, at finding some level of peace, because when I'm on social media and it's like a constant reminder of like everything is going to shit over and over again, it brings my anxiety through the roof. I got anxiety.
And that's another thing too that they said that because like a lot of people are like, oh my god, why does Gen Z have like so much anxiety? It's like, well, you guys created it
and
for
it's pushed down our throat.
No,
with the algorithm.
They
too,
created it for us. As in, if you realize, Gen Z, we've always grew. We are the products of unstable environments. Mm-hmm. When we were born, 9/11 happened. When we were born, not only when we were born, we're trying to grow up. The fucking Gulf War happened. Shit. Like we were literally in war. Like we had cousins that were like older cousins that were like, oh, you could be drafted, like your ass join the army, you're going to fucking Afghanistan or fucking the Gulf War, shit like that. So it's like
no peace.
Yeah. And then you grow up a little bit, now you're a little bit cognitive. Now the fucking economy's in a recession, so now you sitting there playing Michael Jackson while your mom was crying because she have no clue how the fuck she finna pay these bills. Like, and then a little bit more than that, it's like, okay, now you're in high school, you're like, oh wow, like I'm okay now, fucking Trump is president. It's like we never got a time to actually just sit there.
No,
and
not only that, then children. COVID as well.
Yeah, no.
It was like,
then you're like, oh my god, I'm 20, I'm gonna be hot shit. Yeah, bitch, you are COVID.
Lockdown.
COVID. Sit down. Sit down.
Lock it up. You ain't going nowhere.
Sit down. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, if you think about it, every little milestone that we've had, it's been a major fucking world event.
Right.
We are like, Gen Z don't take 9/11 seriously because like, no, because we were born into it.
But then
can you imagine born into a world where it was chaos? Literal chaos was happening. People were fucking dying, and you were born into
months
it.
Old. Yeah,
I was like 3, so I don't know shit. And I lived in New York at the time, which is even like crazier.
I just remember every year in school being.
This fucking moment of silence.
Yeah, they'll play the video 9/11. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
that's what I remember.
But the thing is, it's like, and there's certain norms that we've had because we literally grew up in it.
Yeah.
My mom was like, oh, yeah, I remember there was a time there wasn't TSA. I was like, I did not know TSA was created because of 9/11.
I didn't either.
I thought they was always there. She said, no, you could literally just walk on the fucking plane. I said, so no one checked you? She said, no.
So it really was the Airbus.
Yeah, y'all was like,
it was the Airbus. Oh,
shit, let me go take I gotta take the 18.
Yeah.
I gotta take the 18
just
right
watch
now.
The terminal.
Yeah. Look, it was really like there was no real security. There was really nothing. You just kind of just walked on. And then like, we were watching something. It was about DB Cooper, which is like one of like the most infamous like crimes that's ever happened, like air traffic, like air crimes.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, no, it was just a man.
DB Cooper is the name.
DB Cooper is like literally like it's infamous. Like you've seen like the mock up or whatever, but basically it's just like this guy like came onto like the plane, threatened the plane. It was like, I got a bomb in here. You better give me a fucking parachute and money, and I'll leave. And like he literally got the money. and fucking parachuted out of the like plane, and no one's ever found him, and no one's ever found the money. So it's like he just kind of got away scot free.
But where did he get the money from? Everybody just pulled up the money from their pocket.
No, like from the United States. Like he threatened the pilot and was like, "Yeah, contact the president. I need money." And they literally gave him the money, and he was like, "All right, cool, bye."
And no one else tried to do this.
No, like there's like copycats or like whatever, but they catch him.
Right.
He was the first motherfucker that I never caught, and they still haven't caught him. So they were like, "Bro, where the fuck did he go?"
Yeah.
And they gave him notes that were traceable, and they still can't find it. They're like, "We don't know where the fuck he went. Like he just upped and poofed." But because of that, they were talking about like how airplanes were back then, where they were like, "Yeah, you just walked onto the fucking tarmac," and I was like, "The tarmac." You walk on the tarmac. Yeah, you don't work there. Yeah, they're like, yeah, you walk on the tarmac. They used to hand out like alcohol, like legit, like champagne, gin, shit like that. They gave out food. They were actually like luxury seating, and you had to be in your best, like your Sunday best.
Right.
Like, if you're a man, you were in suits. If you're a woman, you were in a dress or a skirt or like pencil skirt. They were like, yeah, you had a dress,
like what they do on the luxury trains or something.
Yeah, like back in the day. So I was just like, oh, that's crazy. That's how like planes were. Because what planes are now, it's literally like you spend an hour in TSA.
Yeah.
You spend another like.
It's like you're going to prison.
You really are. Like they
like
already think that you did something. Yeah. They already believe that you did something. And
what you got in your asshole?
I was about to say, God forbid you got a wand like I did. They stop me every time, bro.
You gotta say what type of wand, because that sounds very.
No.
It's a wizarding wand.
It's a wizarding wand. It's from the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's the Elder Wand. We went to DreamCon and I had it, and they stopped me multitude of times, being like, "It's a deadly weapon." I said, "Nigga, to who?"
Baltimore.
Exactly. I mean, I've got that thing on me. Got that thing on me. Got that thing on me. Yeah. No, literally, that killed me.
I'm just a muggle.
I'm just. No, but seriously, like they sat there and like I was saying, like you spent like all this time at the airport, so it's like it's crazy to think there was a time that you didn't.
Right.
So it's like then same thing. Now there's a time where people wear face masks, and that's very normal, and we don't think nothing of it. When you see someone in a face mask, like okay, they're sick or they don't want to get sick, whatever. It's like we have literally lived through all of that. We have literally lived through all of that. So why do you think we have patience?
Why do you think we have kids and they like are growing up? They're just gonna be like, that's normal.
Yeah, so
like,
that's
no,
why
you don't know what we went through.
Yeah, like they don't know before then, but at the same time, it's like,
then.
Why do you think that we have patience for anything? We've been constantly reminded that our life is basically short, like basically very fucking short, and it could end any fucking time. Like all those stock people, all those Wall Street people in 2009, when them markets crashed, a lot of them jumped off the fucking building. Yeah. Like there was no stopping them. Yeah. So it's like, so what? Death is very much around the corner. So that's why people be like, oh, Gen Z, they just so funny. Like they just be joking about everything. It's like, yeah, because that's all we know how to do. When you've every little bit of hope and happiness we've gotten, you guys taken it away from us. So all we can do is fucking joke. And even that you still take away from us.
Yeah. But even then it's like, when can you say, oh, like I don't have to care anymore? Like, because you have to care, because it's your life.
Sadly enough, we have to always care.
You have to always care. So it's like you could never take a break and just like literally be calm and not worry at all, because it's your future.
Yeah,
you know, it's always been that way, where it's like you can't worry. Like you can't not worry.
Yeah,
you can't not worry.
Yeah, no, it's what is it? Debilitating.
It's a little debilitating.
It's debilitating.
Depressing.
It's depressing. It's and that's why I want to go to South Korea or Japan. At least still up in there.
And what's crazy is I will still stay right here.
My thing is,
I will still stay right here. I'm like,
know.
Honestly, I believe in the American people. Our government, but the American people have so much resilience. Not everybody now, but most of us have so much resilience, and I love the American people. Like, honestly, yes.
My hope was shattered when 2016 I sat there and I said,
that's what I said.
There's no way he's gonna win.
Yeah.
And I literally saw him won, and I said, oh shit, it's fucking crazy. Right? And then I said, well, you're not winning the second time, and then you won a second time, and I said, I just give up. Like that's like, when you like,
but that's what you're saying. Like you give up, but so much has been fought for since the beginning.
No, I
Just
feel
for you
like
to be
I feel
like,
like
"Ah, give
at
up."
this point, Gen Z, I don't know what we're gonna have to do. I feel like a majority of
I
us
don't know
should
what
probably
to do.
lay the fuck down and just stop moving because it looks like we just piss off them people up in diapers. So maybe we just I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all because it's just civil unrest right now. Anytime when there's civil unrest, America don't do well when it's civil unrest. Like
Yeah.
if y'all know history, anytime it's civil unrest, shit gets blown up.
Yeah.
Shit get fucking thrown. Everything get turned to fire. People start dying, and it's just like that's what's gonna have to happen. I fully believe.
But then how does that even still stop the government from forming an oligarchy? It doesn't. Because they're still going to be like, oh, no, they set it on fire. Now you're down one less bank. We don't care.
Yeah,
we don't care.
And that's another thing where I feel like I love that you
now
are
you're
so
down, now you're down one less doctor.
Yeah,
doctor's
like
office. We don't care.
I love that you're so like gun ho for the American people. But like I said, I grew up reading them dystopian books, and I realized they were all written. Well, mostly written
they have
by Americans.
They have a good ending, though.
No,
Katniss is everything at the end, holding her little baby under a tree. Once again, I still don't want to be Katniss Everdeen. I do not want to be.
You picked that one. You had other ones you could pick. That's the one you went with.
I want to see a better day.
Hell,
I believe
even
that's
bro. Even Fahrenheit
Fahrenheit
451. When I seen that book was on the banned book list, I could not fathom that because I know that's the whole point of the book is to sit there and to reiterate that the importance of books because that's. Like in the books, in the book itself, it tells you how do you erase a culture. You burn their books.
You burn their knowledge.
You burn their books. You burn their heritage. You burn their culture. You burn their books.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all tied in together.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes we can't decipher certain ancient codes because we burnt their shit.
Right.
We did this. We did that. You know what I mean? Like we erased this. So it's like a whole fucking civilization of people gone because what we did, we burned them. We burned it. We burned this. We whatever. Then they take that book away, and I said, oh.
Yeah,
we're fucked. I don't think, honestly, I mean, what I'm about to say, it only happens in Minecraft. Only happens in Minecraft. only happens in Minecraft. Oh, people gotta die. And I don't know who would do that or who needs to do that. But in Minecraft, they die. In Minecraft.
But I honestly
kill them all.
I know I'm a little bit
in Minecraft.
No, I know I'm a little bit too like optimistic, but I've always been super optimistic about everything in life.
I love that because you know, with me, I
can't. You know what it is?
You know what it is? It's like Winnie the Pooh and their friends. I'm Igor. I just know I see shit for what it is. I'm like, we're fucked.
Yeah.
And then you're like Winnie. Just happy and big backed.
How did I get that?
What?
I think that
you're not Piglet. Stop. You're not Piglet. You're not Piglet.
You said I'm big backed?
Yeah.
How the hell did I get big back?
You dislodge your jaw.
Okay.
To eat a sandwich.
Right.
Okay. But okay. That's it. That is it. That is nothing else. Nothing else to say.
I'm not big back.
Okay.
I think that I'm super optimistic and it has been to my detriment at times, but it makes me feel better to be so optimistic about people that I love and places that I love, you know? Like to believe that we could do better and believe that it can be better. Even when it turns to shit, I'm still like, but there's still maybe a little bit of hope that we could do better. And, I still always
feel that
way no matter what. And I've tried to be like, well, we're fucked. Like it's just how it is. It's just the energy, and I feel like that's reality. But I'm still just like,
you always pick yourself up, and that's why I said
like, maybe
I'm definitely Eeyore. I'm Eeyore for sure. I would be like, I don't know. I woke up today and I tried and I failed, and I'm just gonna go right back to laying down. And you know what? Laying down's so cool. Yeah. Because that's where I'm at right now.
But like, being optimistic still doesn't mean that it's not a struggle, to really see how the world is not the world, because I'm saying the world as if the America is the whole world. But
no,
to see how America is shaping up and shaping right now, it's like I think I have the right to be a little worried, be worried about the outcomes.
No, you have the right. I think the difference.
I know a lot of us are just like, we want to chill. You just want to sit down. All the black women I know already took a break.
They been
took a break. They said I be seeing in TikToks black women like in the kitchen cooking like, is this such a good day?
Yeah. Nothing bothered me today.
Yeah, I know that, but I know I'm technically allowed. I don't know, and on based off of TikTok standards to just be like, well, I'm black. I'm a black woman, and I already went through enough. I don't need to go through more. But I do still care about America very, very deeply, and I care about us being better. So it's very stressful. I'm very, very stressed.
Yeah, but America would do better without all the old people in office.
The old people, but they need to. That's what I'm saying. Who is gonna write in that? Who is gonna write that in? They're not gonna write that in themselves to say you have an age limit. You cannot be here.
Because they know the age limit will be them.
Senile. You cannot be here past senile.
They know
How old are you?
They know the age limit would be them. They know. They raised the retirement.
The age limit is 60.
No, they raised it 70. So they raised it because they were probably like, ugh, I don't want to tell people I have to retire.
Right.
But you have to because you're shitting yourself in the court.
Yeah.
I also feel like that.
Or having an aneurysm in the middle of a speech. Like,
catching a stroke.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Light work.
Yeah. But who's going to write that in? Like, how do we fight for these things to actually happen? They have to do it. What? Stop. He's trying to kill these people off.
I never said that in Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft, I didn't know. No,
I just think that they need a good retirement, like a good retirement home, maybe shaped like the Capitol building, so they can feel at home.
No,
but like
you know what I fully believe. You know, okay, something that I like fell down like the rabbit hole on TikTok, where it's like all these hospice nurses, and like the stories that they would tell, like, oh yeah, like I had a patient that died today, and like right before they died, like they just told me like some out of pocket shit, and I was just like, oh, and it's usually white people, doing like heinous crimes against black people.
Yeah.
What makes you think the senators and all the other shit aren't the same? I'm on the wavelength that they are, because they were roughly,
I believe you. I'm not saying
they grew up in that era. Yeah. So honestly, I don't want them to have a good retirement. I don't think they should have a good retirement. I think they need to,
I don't think so. I think that's somebody's grandparent.
I don't give a fuck who grandparent. Somebody's
great grandparent.
Oh, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Your grandparent was the same person that sat there and lied on some little black boy because you was just bored.
Who?
Emmett Till.
Who grandparent?
What you mean? The white woman that got to live while Emmett Till fucking died.
You said my grandparent.
I didn't say your grandparent. I say their grandparent.
Oh, okay. I was like, who? I said who? I'm black, Kimmie.
Yeah, no.
You know this.
I know. I mean,
do you? Do you?
Grandma Daphne love.
Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Maybe on your mama's side.
She making it. She made it pass. Okay. You put a little paper bag next to her. She made it.
She was not making it. She was not making it. Caroline, please, Caroline. Who is she passing?
If you squinted,
who is she passing?
If you squinted,
who is she passing? Caroline, you see Nana.
Yeah.
Who was she?
Yeah.
Them two. Those are the two white women. Those are the two white women right there. Boom. Caught us. Clocked.
Yeah.
Not passing no paper bag test.
I think just in general in America, it's going to be a bumpy ride. And I hope that if it's set back this much that we end up figuring out a way to fling ourselves into the future and have a brighter day.
I love how you're going that. I love how you're going that route. And all the historians on TikTok's like, so Rome's coming down, right?
I'm not saying that we don't need to rearrange our government and probably have a whole new. Maybe we'll have a whole new government. It's not going to be called the United States of America anymore. Okay, but at least we worked it out.
We're talking about Rome. We're talking about Julius Caesar getting stabbed. We're talking about America permanently being a tourist site. That's what we're talking about. Because that's what happened with Rome. Rome was like actually like government and like an actual like epicenter of like the whole economy and shit like that. And then one day just it all fell. And now they're a permanent tourist site. All the historians on TikTok are like, what's it gonna happen? Because I think America will be cute as fuck as a permanent like tourist spot. Like, can you imagine like a big tourist spot? That's so cute. That's a cute idea. I love that. You go here and you like look at the country people. You're like, oh my god, look, it's a cow.
That made me sad.
That'd be hilarious. I love that. Like, no real government, just like you pop in, pop out. Like, people stay there sometimes. Like people can stay on Rome.
Mm-hmm.
They stay on a little fucking island. I think that would be such a cute idea for America.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like America needs to stop being a government because we're fucking it up. we're fucking up too much, where we're putting stupid ass people in there, and the stupid ass people is just really fucking shit up. So I feel like honestly, we need to just let the reins go, and we need to let this bitch burn. And when it burns, like a phoenix, we come out and we're cute tourist site. I think that would be so cute. Just no more government.
And just know that I think that we could save it.
You think that we can?
Yeah.
Do you understand how much saving that we'd have to do?
A lot.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that. Cute Rome site.
Okay.
Like Florida would be cute, and then like New York.
Florida would be
cute.
Underwater.
It
would be Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cute though. I've always wanted to go to
Boat
Atlantis.
tour.
I would love to go to Atlantis. Like when I was a kid, I was obsessed with that movie because I was like, underwater with the tiny so cool. Everyone was like, oh, that girl bad as fuck, and I was like, no, don't you understand? Like that'd be so cool if there was like actually like an underwater civilization still going on. Like that'd be so fucking cool. Yeah, no one thought that.
But yeah, I just want to everybody else outside in the world. Pray for America. Please.
Pray for America. They was talking shit about us. They was talking shit.
There's still compassionate people out there in the world.
They was talking shit.
If I'm here, there's still compassionate people out there in the world.
No, I was saying the other people was talking shit. England, Australia.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's still compassionate people in England and in Canada.
They was talking mad shit.
Okay.
Them bitches that was talking mad shit, fuck you. You know you love us. You know you love us.
You was just over here saying you want it to be burned, and now you saying they love us.
No, I'm saying they know they love us because we're like the chaotic, loud cousin that come through at a family function and make everything lit.
Yeah.
You know you love us. Y'all was bored as fuck. My thing is, what killed me is I did not realize how much like Americans really run TikTok until we left, and everyone was like, "Damn, it's kind of boring on here."
But our media is literally like perpetuated across
the
world.
But I just thought it was crazy as hell because I was like, damn, we not there for like a little good 12 hours and y'all sat there was talking about some, finally it's going to be quiet now without the loud Americans. Okay. And you're still boring.
They did.
And your food nasty.
Yeah.
And your fucking teeth fucked up.
Ooh.
And your hair is slightly crooked, you dumb bitch. I'm talking about you, England, because I could not believe England has so much to fucking say. Like, we not going to run this shit for round 3, bitch. What the fuck?
So on that note,
nah, cause I'm not. I don't fuck with America like that. Like I'm definitely much like let's leave. But one thing about America, we love to be like nuck if you buck, bitch. We do be on your fucking territory, not how many. Yeah. Don't do that, England. Remember who you fucking lost to. Oh, okay. Hush.
So on that note.
Still love y'all. Think y'all cute.
We would like to close out this podcast episode.
Watch your mouth.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Please subscribe, like, follow. We do have an Instagram page. Our TikTok page is still going for however long TikTok's gonna be.
Yeah.
The Twitter page is still up, even though I don't use the Twitter anymore. But if you want to still follow us on Twitter, that's fine.
You can follow.
And then we have a Facebook account as well. So Instagram, Facebook. What else is left? I think that's all of them. So follow us on any of those. And yeah, just to keep in touch. That's the end of this podcast. Please, America, please, let's pray for America, please. Okay, anyways, yeah.
You said pray for America?
Yes. That's CNK.
Oh yeah.
CNK signing out.